وبالقاسم محمد
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد
وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المنتجبين المظلومين الذين أذهب الله عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد واللعنة على أعدائهم أعداء الله من يومنا هذا إلى يوم لقاء الله. أما بعد فقال الله الحكيم في كتابه المبين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وكان الناس أمة واحدة فبعث الله النبيين مبشرين ومنذرين وأنزل معهم الكتاب بالحق. First of all, I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, may Allah bless us in this holy month of Ramadan, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us best of the opportunities during this holy month. Please say one more salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. May Allah accept our fasting during this holy month and our ibadah during this month. As we all know that this is the month when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has revealed all of the books that are being sent by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the holy month of Ramadan is being chosen because this month Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has communicated with the mankind. And this is the month that when messages of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are being sent down, books are being sent down. And as a night that is coming, night of 18 is night when Torah was revealed. This is the night when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent the book that is considered as Torah today. Although the book that is out there is not considered the book that has been revealed, but known as the book of Torah that was revealed in the night of 18th. And then, of course, nights of Qadr are going to be nights when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has revealed the most important book, the final testament, that is the book of Quran, towards the Prophet of Allah, Holy Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam.
اللهم صل على محمد.
Today I would like to discuss that our belief about books that are being revealed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and our faith in prophets in the past. Of course, as we have usul al-din, and one of the most important principles of our religion is to believe in the prophets of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, taken from Prophet Adam alayhi salam until the final prophet. So all these prophets, we believe in the prophet of the prophets that are being sent by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And all the books that are being revealed from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we do believe in them. But when we believe, we'd like to discuss that. What's our belief? Do we believe that we have to follow all of them, and we have to follow from the path of the prophets, like their traditions of their times? So when we look at the verses of Quran, first of all, let us look at how Quran speaks about the prophets. Book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Quran, when it's been considered as the final testament, then you can see that this book, it speaks about the rest of prophets more than Holy Prophet himself. Even the name of the Prophet, peace be upon him, is mentioned in the Quran only 4 times. And if you look at the name of Hazrat Musa alayhi salam, Hazrat Isa alayhi salam, then you find that there has been mentioned more. Sometimes some of them that has been mentioned 30 times. name of Hazrat Maryam Salamun Alaiha is being mentioned more than 20 times. Name of Hazrat Isa Alayhi Salam is being mentioned more. And there's some prophets like Hazrat Ibrahim Alayhi Salam. It makes us understand that this book was not being written by the personality of the prophet, or it's been written down by the people. This is a book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that includes all previous prophets and mentions rest of prophets more than Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This becomes evident for us that the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is a miracle of Allah, and it is a sent message by Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So in the Surah Al-Baqarah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, وَكَانَ النَّاسُ أُمَّةً وَاحِدًا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made the people like just one nation. Ummat al-Wahida. Ummat is all those who follow from anybody. So the followers of the prophets are like Ummat al-Wahida. كان الناس أمة واحدة وبعث الله النبيين مبشرين ومنذرين. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent down towards them the prophets, those who came with the good tidings news, and those who were warning the people. وأنزل معهم الكتاب بالحق. And Allah sent a book with every prophet that he covered, those messengers that are being sent down, and message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So books, sometimes it's a particular book that is being sent to the messenger, and sometimes it is the message that is being sent down, like Shahr, as Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam was being sent Shahr. Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam was being sent some of the Shahr. So Mushaf are being sent to the many prophets, and some of them they are being sent down those books that are being known by the communities like Torah, Zabur, Injil, and Quran. These are the most important books. Otherwise, Suhuf are being sent to the many prophets in the past. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also has said, الَّذِينَ آتَيْنَاهُمُ الْكِتَابَ يَتْلُونَهُ حَقَّ تِلَاوَتِهِ. Those who have been given the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So when it's been said, those who have been given the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it does not mean only Quran. That means all the previous prophets to whom this book is being given, all those believers in the previous books. الَّذِينَ آتَيْنَاهُمُ الْكِتَابَ يَتْلُونَهُ حَقَّ تِلَاوَتِهِ. They recite that book as it's right to be recited. أولئك يؤمنون به ومن يكفر به فأولئك هم الخاسرون. Actually, those who really have received the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when they recite the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they recite with tilawah. So what it means, tilawah. Tala yatlu, that means reciting the verses of Quran consistently by matching with one another, by looking at the meaning of that. And when we say wali yali, also it means that when somebody sits close to another person. Similarly, tala yatlu is going to be in the meaning that you do tilawat with consistency and ayat after ayat, and looking at where they have to stop and where they have to continue. So sentences have to be known. So this is going to be considered as tilawat. So when we look at Quran and any book that is being revealed, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, believers are those who do tilawat of Quran and they recite that book consistently with the looking at meaning of the book as well. يَتْلُونَ حَقَّ تِلَاوَتِهِ. So there are certain stages of recitation of book. One of the stages being said, حَقُّ tilawat. And then it's been said that we need to recite Quran as much as is possible. Sometimes there are different stages of people. There is a stage of people that it's been said that فَقْرَؤُوا مَا تَيَسَّرَ مِنَ الْقُرْآنِ. For some of people, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, whatever you can recite. فَقْرَؤُوا مَا تَيَسَّرَ مِنَ الْقُرْآنِ. As much as it's easy for you to recite. For some of them it's been said, يَتْلُونَهُ حَقَّ تِلَاوَتِهِ. Those who recite Quran as it is right to be recited. So when you look at this, they are the highest level or highest stages of recitation of Quran. When they recite Quran, they recite as it has to be recited. We do not know what is the haqq of tilawah. Believe me, we do not know what is the haqq of tilawah. Haqq of the tilawah, it's known by Ahlulbayt, by Amirul Mu'mineen alayhi salatu wasalam, or by Imam Hassan al-Mujtaba alayhi salatu wasalam. Because about them it seems that when they recite Quran, when it comes to the ayat of paradise, then they think that they are in paradise. They look at themselves as to be in paradise at that moment. So that's haqq tilawah. So if we look at the books that are being sent, then Allah Ta'ala said in this verse, يَتْلُونَهُ حَقَّ تِلَاوَتِهِ قُولُوا آمَنَّا بِاللَّهِ. In the Quran said, they say we believe in Allah Ta'ala, وَمَا أُنزِلَ إِلَيْنَا, and whatever is being sent down towards us, وَمَا أُنزِلَ إِلَىٰ إِبْرَاهِيمَ وَإِسْمَاعِيلَ وَإِسْحَاقَ وَيَعْقُوبَ وَالْأَسْبَاطِ. So then Quran has named some of prophets. If we said like 16 prophets are being mentioned in Quran. So these 16 prophets are being named in Quran, one by one. So these are some of the names that are being called in the Quran. Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, Ismail alayhi salatu wasalam, Hazrat Ishaq, Hazrat Yaqub, and then Asbat. Asbat, that means all the vicegerents or those descendants of the Prophet Yaqub alayhi salatu wasalam. Sibt, it's been said for Imam Hassan, Imam Hussain alayhi salam. It's in the meaning of grandson or grandchild. Sibtun Nabi. Sibtun Nabi, that means grandson of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And Prophet, peace be upon him, said, Al-Hassanu wal-Hussain Sibtaya. Imam Hassan and Imam Hussain are both my grandsons. And others, hadith for the Prophet said, Al-Hassan wal-Hussain Abnaya. They are both my sons as well. As they are my grandson, they are also my sons as well. As Quran because all of them as the sons of Prophet. Peace is salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
So when we look at the Quran, it says that all the prophets, they were being like one ummah, as a community. Prophets have their own community, and they were being following the same path. Their teachings were being the teaching from Allah Ta'ala. And that's what Quran has said, وَمَا أُوتِيَ النَّبِيُّونَ مِنْ رَبِّهِمْ لَا نُفَرِّقُ بَيْنَ أَحَدٍ مِّنْهُمْ. There is no division between the prophets. All the prophets are united under monotheism and the main principles of Allah Ta'ala. There is no division between them. So whatever division that we can see there, this division is not from the prophets. Because Allah said, لَا نُفَرِّقُ بَيْنَ أَحَدٍ مِّنْهُمْ. So that makes us understand that all the religions that come from the outside having all these divisions are being caused by the priests, for example, or those who are teaching the preachings of the prophets. They are not teaching as it is required to be teaching. That's why we can see, for example, Judaism, we can see Christianity, and various names that are existing outside. So these existing names are even not being names that are being said by Allah. As I said in one of the lectures in the past, that we don't find Christianity in any books like Torah and Injil. You will find name Christianity. Christ is not being mentioned in any books that are being revealed. Or Judaism, it's not being found in the Torah in any of the books. Allah did not make any difference between them, and they all said, وَنَحْنُ لَهُ مُسْلِمُونَ. We are all submissive before Allah. Or is it that Ma kana Ibrahim Yahudiyan wala Nasraniyan? Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam, he was not a Christian, not a Jew, but Hanif Muslim. That he was straight followers of the Prophet. Sallallahu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
So, another thing that the Quran has mentioned, enmity with the prophets or angels. Sometimes, in our communities, maybe unknowingly, ignorantly, we may disgrace prophets, or we call the prophets with the name sometimes, so we devalue prophets somehow. Maybe sometimes only because of comparing with any of the Ahlulbayt. Although, Ahlulbayt are the highest status from the prophets, they are personalities that are the most chosen personalities within the world. But at the same time, we can't disgrace the prophets. We can't devalue them. We cannot say their status in such a way that has been insulting. So that is going to be actually against our belief, because we believe in the prophets, their infallibility, their wisdom. They are being sent down by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they are one community. As we see, when Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, says, Awwaluna Muhammad, Akhiruna Muhammad, Awsatuna Muhammad, Kulluna Muhammad. And we don't find any division within Ahlulbayt of Islam. As Holy Prophet said, they are all same. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, La nufarriqu bayna ahadin minhum. So that means before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, from Adam till Khatam, all are the prophets of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And there is no division between them. They are all prophets. So look at this one. Lillahi wa malaikatihi wa rusulihi wa Jibreel wa Mikael fa inna Allah aduwwun lil kafirin. Anybody who places any enmity with any of the prophets or angels, insults any of the angels, then it's going to be enmity towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Man kana aduwwan lillahi, if anybody is enemy of Allah, wa malaikatihi, and his angels, wa rusulihi, and with his messengers, wa Jibreel wa Mikael, and with Jibreel and Mikael. Yes, Jibreel, when he used to sit, Hazrat Jibreel, when he used to sit before Amirul Mu'mineen or Prophet, peace be upon him, he used to feel that he's sitting like a student. But we as the people, those who believe in Hazrat Jibreel and Hazrat Mikael, we can think of them that they are being insulting. That is their honor that they sit before Prophet. As he says that I sit before Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, like Abdul bin Abi Muhammad. I'm just like a slave of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But how about us? We cannot disgrace Hazrat Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam, because he sits before Prophet like a student. But there is his place and the Prophet's place. Yes, comparing with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he is like a student. But comparing with us, with Hazrat Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam, the most important angel of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that was being sent to the special prophets with the wahy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, a chosen prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then we cannot disgrace this type of personality. And disgrace of personality is going to be like enmity with the Hazrat Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam. So man kana aduwwan lillahi wa malaikatihi. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks about the enmity with him, at the same time he speaks about the enmity with the messengers and the Jibreel and Mikael. And especially these two personalities are being mentioned in the book of Allah. Jibreel wa Mikael. So why is that? Although Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has already said wal malaika, but then distinguishing these personalities like Jibreel and Mikael, it gives us message that Hazrat Jibreel and Hazrat Mikael have special status before Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Please say salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
I said about their enmity with Allah, فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ عَدُوٌّ لِلْكَافِرِينَ. If anybody becomes enemy with Allah and His Messenger and Jibreel and Mikael, then Allah is going to be angry with them. فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ عَدُوٌّ لِلْكَافِرِينَ. So all these angels are also part of our belief, as prophets are part of our belief. And the books that are being revealed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the names that are being mentioned in the Quran, so I would like to just say those names that are being mentioned in the Quran, there are 16, like taking from Hazrat Musa alayhi salatu wasalam, Hazrat Harun, Hazrat Ibrahim, Hazrat Lut, Hazrat Ishaq, Yaqub, Hazrat Nuh, Hazrat Dawood, Hazrat Sulaiman, and Hazrat Ayyub, Hazrat Ismail, and Hazrat Idris, Hazrat Dhul Kifl, and Hazrat Yunus, Hazrat Zakaria, and Hazrat Yahya. And finally, Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is being mentioned by name, Muhammad, وَمَا مُحَمَّدٌ إِلَّا رَسُولٌ قَدْ خَلَتْ مِنْ قَبْلِهِ الرُّسُلُ. Now we need to see that why we need to believe in the previous books, as we all have a new book at the moment. We have our Prophet as well. So when our community and our Ummah has Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what is the need that we have to believe in the previous Prophet? And what is the need that we need to believe in the rest of the books? Many messages of the previous books are already cancelled. So there are many ahkam that are being cancelled. For example, one of the ahkam that is being cancelled is fasting during the night. So previous ummah and communities, they used to fast during the night as well. But that has been cancelled by the Prophet of Allah and the new message when it comes, Islam. And now the fasting is only daytime. Or for example, silent fasting that was being asked from Hazrat Maryam sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And the Christian community, they used to fast like silent fasting. They don't speak with anybody. So she has been asked, Hazrat Maryam sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that after your child is born, you need to stay silent for 3 years. And if anybody asks you anything, you can say that I'm fasting. So that means that there was a fasting that means being silent. It's a fasting. But this has been cancelled. At the moment, we can't have that fasting that is silent fasting. So the reason that we have been asked, there are many benefits if we believe in the previous books. One of them that this book that is being revealed, it is going to be evident. And the Prophet today is going to be evident. Because there are many news that are being given in the past books, and those verses that are being sent for the Prophet or for the present book that is going to make our book evident. It's going to be considered as proof for our book as well. And it's going to be a proof for our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam as well. Second thing, that until this book was not revealed, people, they had to follow from anybody. So that is why Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, before the book of Quran was not revealed, there is possibility that he was following the divine books that are being sent in the past. Although Holy Prophet had the knowledge of Quran, but officially Quran was not being sent to the Prophet, peace be upon him. So according to some of the ulama, he was following Deen Ibrahimi, so the previous books that are being sent out. So that is why Iman to the previous books is a part of our faith, because the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was also following the previous books in some of the life. Third, that Holy Book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it refers us in various places asking us that you need to have a belief about the previous books. Having belief in our previous books does not mean that we should follow every part of that book. Because many things, when they are cancelled, then we can't follow them. So Quran, it comes as the final testament to give us knowledge about the present Sharia. And Quran has also mentioned لِكُلِّ مِنْهَجٌ وَلِكُلِّ شَرْعًا. I think that the words I'm a little bit forgetting about that. That for every community, we have sent down a minhaj. Minhaj, that means a path. And for every community, we sent down Sharia as well. So Sharia is actually laws that are being sent, and those jurisprudence that are being sent for the communities. So that is different in the various communities according to time. So, for example, today, in the past, people did not fly, right? So nowadays, when these flights are there, so the question is going to be asked that, how we can fly and how we can pray over there. So this Sharia is going to be according to time today. And nowadays, this question is going to be asked. Maybe in the future, there's going to be many things. For example, if people start living in the Mars, so then they need to ask that how they can follow the Qibla, how they can find the Qibla over there. So Sharia of each time is going to be different according to that time. So that is why for communities in the past, Sharia has been sent that was different. But the main principles remain same. La nufarriqu bayna ahadin minhum. All the prophets, they used to believe in monotheism. They used to believe in the prophethood. They brought the mass message of the prophets in the past. And they refer to previous prophets as well. As we can see that there are few that were being considered as Rasul, and rest of them they were being An-Nabi. So all Anbiya, they were following the previous messenger. So the difference between Rasul and Nabi is going to be the Rasul is the one who is being sent down the book. So there are few that are messenger, and the rest of them they are prophets. So when a book is being revealed to the previous messenger, rest of the Anbiya, they used to follow the same book. So when they were following the same book, that means there was no difference between their Sharia as well. So that is all, many prophets, as it's been said, like Anbiya Bani Israel. Anbiya Bani Israel, they were following the same Sharia. Maybe in every village, in every town, in every city, there were different types of the Anbiya, like ulama today. Because Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has said that, please say salawat. Ulama ummati afdal min anbiya bani Israel. That ulama, the scholars of my community, are better than Anbiya of Bani Israel. Although, it does not mean general ulama, maybe possibly some of the Fasiri said over here, ulama, that means Ahlulbayt. They are real ulama. Ulama ummati, that means these are personalities, those who have knowledge from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ulama ummati, afdal min Anbiya Bani Israel. So because Anbiya Bani Israel, they were being in some of villages, and ulama of the time, for example, if we like to translate, like one of the Bajja, the communities following from the various parts of the world from them. So these are scholars of time, that they are not only alim of village, but they are alim for all communities around the world. So that is how they are going to be afdal and important than the previous prophets. We ask Allah Ta'ala, may Allah make us that we can prepare for the nights of Qadr. Nights that are coming, that are very important nights, especially upcoming night, that is night of 19th. It's night of Mudarbat of Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salatu salam. At the same time, it is the first night of Qadr. Let us pray, may Allah Ta'ala give us opportunity that we can find this night, and we can be like believers, those who are accepted during these nights before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala open the path towards him, that we can be closer to him during the nights of Qadr. وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم عجل لوليك الفرج واجعلنا من أعوانه وأنصاره والمستشهدين بين يديك برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.